Hi, it's me again with CorelDraw tips and tricks. Somebody sent me this picture, and it looks like somebody was hand drawing it, and I've already done it. You want to know how to draw it in Corel, and I've come up with this over the years. I've come up with some pretty good ways to delete lines. You need to make you can make your item anything you want. We're going to make it 6 by 18. We want kind of a multiple. I want to hit a P, Control D, and make a duplicate. Rotate the duplicate 90 degrees. Take this and weld it. Now we have 6 inches up here. We're going to make our block 4 by 4. I've still got my ratio unlocked. And I am going to put it right there. So if I set my nudge factor on 1 inch, I can nudge that up twice and over twice. That kind of puts it in the right spot. And now instead of making duplicates and rotating it, I can just do this. Whoop. I'm just going to hit the plus key. So I could rotate this, but by the time you get it rotated, you'll have this. Now we need to group this together. Control G. We're going to get out the extrude tool. You don't want to extrude it too much. So you can go pretty far here, but then you can bring this handle back. That's about what we want. Now, while it's in that mode, we're going to take the rotation and rotate this guy. Not too much. That's too much. That actually will work. Now that'll work. Now what we do when we click off of it, I'm going to set my nudge factor now like on 15 inches. And I'm going to select it all. I'm going to go to Object, break the extrude group apart, and I'm going to hit and move that right there. Now, this is going to help us in just a second get rid of some lines. It might not help us on all of it, but it'll help us a lot on this. So I'm going to take my Smart Fill tool, and I'm going to move it over in front, but I'm going to get the transparency tool, and I'm going to make my transparency really thin. Whoop, that's too much. So now every line that is inside that transparency needs to be taken away. This will help you a lot. Because this is what you're going to be able to see. And we can actually do it to the other block. So that's really pretty easy part. Then think about the ones you shouldn't be able to see. Virtual segment delete key. We shouldn't be able to see that. We shouldn't be able to see that because that's behind there. We shouldn't be able to see that because that's in back of the cube. That's in back of the cube. These are in back of the cube. We shouldn't be able to see that. We shouldn't be able to see that or that or that. Basically what you want is just cubes that you can build off of. This line, the transparency really helps you a lot because it's a little confusing when you're doing what I'm doing. Whoop, somehow that deleted too much. So like I said, you just want cubes. Like we shouldn't be able to see that. We ought to be able to see that, but we shouldn't be able to see. So anything inside this cube, we should not be able to see. And we're almost there. Because that other line is the back line of our other part. And we are there. Not too bad. I'm going to nudge this out of the way. And I'm going to go ahead and nudge that out of the way. Now, I'm going to use some colors. And I did skew it quite good. It won't be the same as this one, but I'm hoping they'll get the idea. Smart Fill tool. Well, I'm going to go ahead and let's go with the red. So I'm going to make them all red at front. Then just use your imagination. I actually shoot it too much up top. Take your Smart Fill tool and let's get like a gray and put it on top. And maybe even we'll make the edges black, but we'll make the bottom gray. We'll go ahead and go black on this side of it. And you've really already got it. Now I skewed it too much to do anything with shadows like I did. My first one is actually better. Well, one I wasn't having to talk and I was taking my time. But you could still add a little bit of shadow to this. Like on this one, just get your interactive fill tool and go start about right there and go back and put a little bit of darkness to it and then bring that around and see what it does. And it's kind of hard to copy both of them, but you could copy the fill. And the other ones don't really have a shadow too much, just because of the way I skewed it. And move that around, kind of make it even. That doesn't look near as good as my first one because it's just cued differently. I wonder if we can Control G and group it, double click on it, and once you start, I kind of messed up on the rotation part, but you get the idea. And just don't forget to use that transformation docker. Matter of fact, you could probably color in all the sides with that light blue, all the sides that you can see, and then go back through there and cut some lines. Anyway, I hope that helped him a little bit. Thank you for watching.